This is the Euro Yen on the 15 and we have a head and shoulders that's set up. It's got a double head and that means that I've used a 2618 as the entry. So before we go ahead and take a look at it, let's do the higher time frame analysis. Get a bit of perspective as to what's actually happening here. So we're in consolidation for me here. Actually, just let me draw this out. So we had a move higher. We saw a big pullback to retest structure lows. We saw a move higher, didn't test the highs. We saw a move, we've just come straight back into structure. We saw a move back up to this level where we've retested the highs, and we've now come back down to retest the lows, and that was followed by a lovely 3-bar reversal here with a higher high, higher close, an indication here that we could be going higher. But overall, nothing here on the dailies for me that I would be interested in trading. Let's take a look at the 240. Now here on the 240, okay, here on the 240, this is a slightly different story. If I put a structure level on here, you can see that this is our lows, and you can see on the 240 we have not come down to retest these lows, so an indication that we could come a little lower. So we're getting mixed signals here on these time frames. If we just look at what structure did, we had a move lower, retracement, then we had a move lower, we kind of double bottomed here, we retested, and then we had a move higher. We saw a shallow pullback, we had a beautiful rejection candle just here, followed by a higher high, higher close, an indication here that we could be going higher. Again, nothing definitive there for me though. Let's go to the 60 and we can really start to see this head and shoulders. Now for me, head and shoulders need to come into structure, and so if I put a structure level on just here, this is one test, two test. Let's look left for more structure, and we actually have another 3 levels just here, and I didn't check any further left, but I'll have a look. Yeah, there's a little bit here as well, so it's certainly an area that's seen a reaction in the past, and so when I look at that as being a structure level where we've seen a reaction in the past, then I can take it that we could see that head and shoulders. Now we can see the head and shoulders better on the 15, and here on the 15 you can see that that is actually a double top. Head and shoulders for me is defined as a directional move, and then we see a pullback before we hit structure, then we see a move higher where we do hit structure, and then we double topped. This is actually a triple top, but we double topped. We had a break below, close below, so we broke below our V point. Now the only problem for me is we've come straight back down into the wicks. So this is not an initial structure low. If this was an initial structure low, for me I would have then played for extended targets down to the bottom, but since it isn't, then I'm just using a 2618 as the entry, and the 2618 is we throw a fib on from our swing high to our swing low, and we look for that 61.8 fib, just like that. I do front run by a few pips. Typically when the market comes into the 61.8 area, if it's going to turn, more often than not we do see it turn before it rallies too much through it, and then we can sometimes get the extension. So a shallow retest of the 61.8 is what I always love to see. For me it's a higher probability that we're going to see the reversal, but that 61.8 comes right into the V point here, which is our structure level, and so I shorted at that level, and because this is not an initial structure low, then I am only playing for an AB equals CD pattern. So for me, this AB equals CD pattern gets hit significantly more times than playing for the full extension, which is only a little bit further down, to be honest with you. It's only down here. But this has also offered a very nice reward to risk. So I'm very happy taking this trade without the initial structure low. Stops just go 5 pips above the high. The reason for that is because this is a major level of structure. We have a psychological number here, 12500, and this is a triple test as well. So I am not expecting price to come up this far. But in saying that, I've gone 5 pips above the high, so just a bit short of an ATR. And then I'm looking for the completion of that AB equals CD pattern. So in terms of risk, we're looking at 19, and in terms of reward, looking at 33. And we're back for the update, and this trade has now lost for minus 19 pips. Not a great deal to talk about here. The market just continued on up and then stopped me out, so minus 19.